I wish that I had studied a lot more than what I had to get good grades in classes, and for me not studying, that ended up dropping my grades a lot.
Being more involved in clubs. It would help improve the campus that way.
Study, because in the end it really does pay off, especially getting certificates and things like that.
A piece of advice is to just, enjoy the moment. Don't stress about anything. Years from now it's not going to matter that much. Just take it day by day and you'll enjoy every moment. And it goes by super fast, so just enjoy it.
I would advise them to always take their GPA seriously, because then it'll bite them in the butt later.
I would tell them to apply for college early. Don't put off what you can do right now.
To definitely take advantage of the practicum rotations. If you really try to make an effort to talk to the nurses and get involved with them, you will learn a lot.
Advice I would give to underclassmen would be to take advantage of all the opportunities your senior year, because you're gonna look back and wish you could have done things you didn't do in high school.
Enjoy the moments you have with the people that you're close to, because it's gonna be gone.
Do your work, get in on time, everything would be okay.
My piece of advice I would give the underclassmen is turn in all their work on time.
I would say to not procrastinate, and as everything I did this year, it really screwed me up.
One piece of senior advice I give to underclassmen is to never give up, always try your hardest and you'll succeed in the future.
One piece of senior advice I'd give to underclassmen would be to just always stay focused, never slack, because it'll catch up to you.
The advice I would give underclassmen is go in there with a good attitude. I used to think I hated old people, and then I went to Retama, which was the biggest bummer of my whole entire life. And then I had the best time there. It was my favorite place. And then when I got to a hospital, which was my original what I wanted to go to, I didn't have as much fun as I did when I was at Retama.
One thing I can definitely tell you all is that you should be kind, be patient, be positive, and be happy. It's really the only way to get through school. There's also things like you want to study hard, because it will pull off in the end, and not a lot of people do that, but it's really important that you should. It will, and you're going to be so accomplished, and you're going to feel really happy about yourself and proud of yourself that you did.
To always focus on your studies and take your GPA really serious.
I would say to take every opportunity that the school gives you, like how we're able to get our certifications. Definitely do your best to study for that so that you can pass and you don't have to pay for that certification later.
I would tell all of the underclassmen not to focus on the negativity that happens around them, but to focus on the positive things that happen and let that fuel their drive to come to school every day.
One piece of senior advice I would give to underclassmen? Yeah, so I think that they shouldn't just try and enjoy the end of their high school as much as they can.
Well, one piece of advice I would like to give is that don't slack off. Senioritis is a real thing, and it has affected some of my friends.
Try to study every day.
Okay, I would tell them not to procrastinate, because procrastination leads to you having a hard time finishing what you started in the beginning.
One piece of advice that I'd give to the underclassmen is don't procrastinate. It'll definitely catch up to you, and whatever you do, make sure that you're happy doing it.
I'd say don't let intimidation be your biggest regret. I've seen that across my 4 years in high school, that you might be too shy to do some things, but sometimes it'll make the best presentation, let's say, or gift, or the biggest stepping stone to your next life.
A piece of advice I'll give my young classmen is to work hard towards your dreams and never give up.
A piece of advice that I would give to the underclassmen would probably be to just be true to yourself. Don't listen to what other people say and just focus on school.
I just say that make sure you know who your friends are and surround yourself with good people. So a piece of advice I would give to a lower classman today is to listen to your teachers, that although that we might think they don't know what they're doing their job, and they're giving us advice that's going to help us in the long run.
Make things happen for yourself, because life doesn't come easy, and I've
had to learn that the hard way.
I think one piece of advice I would give is to not give up, especially in your senior year. I think most of us have the perception that you can slack off, but it's still at the end of the day can hurt you. So just keep them pushing till the very end.
So your freshman and sophomore year are your most important, so make sure that you focus on your grades then. Don't think that you have to worry about it later, because the grades that you make your freshman and sophomore year will really determine your GPA as a senior. And just remember to have fun, and remember that school is not everything, and that you do need to have a social life, and don't stress yourself out too much, because everything will work out in the end.